Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Just getting the protein out of the way before I go in with the French toast and mixed berry compote recipe. Just have to get this on camera, you guys. But enough of the protein, let's get into the ingredients for the French toast, shall we? 8 pieces of Texas toast bread. This bread is about 1 inch thick. 3 large eggs. 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of whole milk, a pinch of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of cane sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, powdered sugar for garnishing, and of course butter for pan cooking our French toast. Now let's move on to the mixed berry compote ingredient. 1 cup of cut up strawberries, 1/2 cup of blueberries, 1/2 cup of raspberries. So these 3 fruits and their fresh fruits are what I'm going to use, so for a total of 2 cups. If you have frozen mixed berries, you can go ahead and add or use those instead of fresh. It's just that this particular compote, it'll call for a little bit of water, and with frozen fruit, you probably won't need that water. 1/2 cup of sugar, the juice from 1/2 lemon, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a little bit of water. So let's get to cooking. So with the pan on medium heat, I'm gonna go ahead and add the sugar, and we're starting with the mixed berry compote before I go in with the French toast, you guys. Oopsie, that happens. I'm gonna pour in a little bit of water and just give it a stir. We're looking for it to keep stirring so it doesn't stick to the pan. We don't want to burn it. Stir that until we see that it starts to bubble. So once it starts bubbling, you can go ahead and add your fruit. Let's put up the strawberries. And just give that a stir. As you can see, the bubbling went down a bit. So give that a stir. Try and coat it with your sugar water mixture. And you can add the rest of the ingredients, which is the juice from 1/2 lemon and the vanilla extract. Now some of you may say, wow, that was just a tiny bit of vanilla extract. Trust me, vanilla extract, it goes a long way. So I'm giving that a stir, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cover it and let it go for a few minutes. So you guys, this is after about 2 minutes. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to give it another stir. It's coming together perfectly. As far as the amount of water that I used, it probably was about, I would say like 1/3 cup is what I put in. But the fruit, it does have liquid, so that will reduce down. Well, it'll pull out liquid and then it'll reduce down. So I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna cover it, and I'm gonna let this go for about another 7 minutes. So for like a total of about 10 minutes. Here we go, you guys. After 10 minutes, this is what your compote should be looking like. And now let's get ready to mix our ingredients for the French toast. So for our French toast batter, a mixture, just go ahead and grab yourself a mixing bowl or whatever bowl you feel comfortable with, and just combine all of the ingredients. I actually should have put this in first. That's the flour, but it's okay. It's all gonna get mixed up. The milk, the flour, the 3 eggs, our sugar, and spices. We're just gonna go ahead. Oh, here we go. Sorry, we can't forget the pinch of salt, can we? Here we go. There's that pinch right there. And then just go ahead and get yourself a whisk and whisk away. I'm probably gonna go at this for about, I would say 3 minutes, you guys. It takes patience. The recipes that I put out, a lot of them do take a little patience. So just gonna whisk away for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then after that, I'll get my cast iron skillet. But if you don't have a cast iron skillet, make sure hopefully you can grab a bottom heavy skillet so we can go ahead and dip our bread. And so I'm pretty much at that 3-minute mark. And some of you may ask, why 3 minutes? Yes, you're gonna get a workout with this recipe. You wanna make sure that all of these ingredients are incorporated and mixed very good together. Like, they all need to be blended together, especially because some of you may be like, flour? Absolutely. Flour is a thickener, and it's a secret ingredient for this recipe. So this is the consistency that you're looking for, and it's all incorporated together. How I know that? I don't feel anything. If you do not mix it well enough, what's going to happen is the flour will sink to the bottom and it'll stay on the bottom. And we don't want that. All right, let's go. Let's get to cooking our French toast. So I have my heat on medium. It's on the lower side, but I wouldn't consider it a medium low. But I have it all nice and buttered. And now let me show you my dipping technique. So I'll go ahead and take one of the slices of bread. As I mentioned when I was giving you guys the list of ingredients, I like about 1 inch thick Texas toast. That's the name of it. That's the name of this particular type of bread. I go ahead and just place it in the mixing bowl in the batter for about 7 seconds on each side, and then I go ahead and drop it down in the pan. So the trick to, or I would say one of the tricks that I use to making like the perfect French toast, you do have to adjust your flame as you cook, especially if you're gonna make like this batter. It can make up to about 8 French toasts. So if you leave it on a constant heat, especially at a medium, the temperature is gonna raise and drop as you remove a piece, like a slice of French toast, and add another. So you have to, adjust, like make heat adjustments accordingly. I don't have like an exact time in terms of how much to cook each French toast on either side, because I'm constantly adjusting the heat just by a little, up and down, just by a little. So I am about 45 seconds in on this. I'm gonna time this one and let's see how it comes out. Okay, so we're like 2.5, maybe 2 3/4 minutes in. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it, and keep in mind this is the first one out of 8. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, I like that. It could have went a little longer, so maybe 3 minutes. 3 minutes and 10 seconds. But again, you guys, because I'm making about 8, and I'm gonna be removing, putting in, adding butter, you have to learn how to adjust your heat accordingly so you don't get French toast that's too dark or too light. So that's a good first one. So that was about 2 3/4 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go for 3 minutes. I'm gonna do one more after this, and then I'll show you guys the end result when I plate. Okay, here we go with number 2. There's a slight sizzle, y'all. So let's see how this one comes out. I'm gonna time this one as well. For the most part, the way I cook is I play things by ear, but since I consider this like a tutorial video, I'm gonna go ahead and time it, and let's see what it looks like once we flip it over. Okay guys, let's go ahead and flip. 3 minutes exactly. So this is my second one. I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the process with the 6 remaining Texas toast bread, and by the time I come back, I'm going to be plating, and I'll see you then. So here's the finished result, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little dust of the powdered sugar before I go in with the other component of this dish, which is the mixed berry compote. And so for the finishing touches, I went ahead and added the mixed berry compote to a bowl, and now I'm just going to top it off with what we made, you guys. And the amazing part about this compote, listen, when I was cooking it, it reminded me of Thanksgiving. My grandmother was very big on making peach cobbler, and although this is not peach cobbler, the smell is just, when you're cooking it for those lovely 10 minutes, I'm telling you, it took me all the way back to when I was a kid and my grandmother making her delicious, lovely peach cobbler, I swear. So there we have it. Thank you so much. Here we go. Yeah, you know we need that protein back there. But thank you so much for pulling up to this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, suggestions, go ahead and hit that comment section. And if you're new to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you will subscribe, share the channel, and of course, everybody, don't forget to hit that like button. I appreciate all of you guys. I'll see you on my next video.